If you're serious about being a better you, listen to this message. If not, have a good day being average. Just kidding. Or am I? Why do we spend so much of our lives hoping things go well? We want people to like our work. We want the meeting to go well. We want the presentation to go well. We want people to applaud our efforts and tell us we did a great job, right? There's nothing wrong with wanting those things. But I've been thinking about something recently. Growth doesn't always happen in the well. It happens in the space between where you are and where you're trying to become. Sometimes that space is very uncomfortable. Sometimes it's filled with questions. Sometimes it's filled with criticism that you didn't even ask for. And that's where I've learned a few things. First, encouragement builds confidence, but honest feedback builds capacity. We all need people who remind us we are capable, right? Those voices matter, but the people who help us improve are often the ones willing to tell us what still needs work. Those conversations don't always feel good, but they often become the reason we get better. Second, criticism is only as valuable as our willingness to examine it. Not every critic is right. Not every opinion deserves our attention. But every once in a while, someone says something that challenges us enough to ask, is there any truth here? That question has changed me more than once because even when the delivery wasn't perfect, there was something I needed to hear. Now, third is ego is expensive. Ego convinces us that protecting our pride is more important than improving our craft. It tells us to defend instead of discover, to explain instead of examine, to reject instead of reflect. And I've learned that some of my greatest improvements didn't come because someone praised me. They came because I was willing to sit with feedback long enough to separate the emotion from the lesson. That doesn't mean accepting every opinion. It means having enough humility to recognize truth, even when it arrives in imperfect packaging. So today, here's my reflection. Don't measure feedback by how comfortable it makes you feel. Measure it by whether it has the potential to make you better. Sometimes the people who help us grow aren't the ones who encourage us the most. They're the ones who leave us with a question we can't ignore. And sometimes that question becomes the beginning of our next level. Be encouraged.